The poor living and working conditions of migrant workers working at slaughterhouses in Germany are under scrutiny after hundreds of new cases have emerged in a meat factory. Here's what you need to know. Deutsche Welle reports over 600 people at a slaughterhouse located in Rheda-Wiedenbruck, Germany, have tested positive for coronavirus. The slaughterhouse is run by Tonnies Group, a leading meat processing company in Germany. Local authorities have called for the plant to shut down and for the suspension of school and preschool activities in the area until June 29th. Roughly 7,000 people in the region have been asked to quarantine to prevent the spread of the virus. The conditions inside slaughterhouse worker dormitories may have exacerbated the spread of the virus. The Guardian quotes a migrant worker as saying that up to 5 people would live in the same room and that a dorm they lived in had mice and cockroaches. A large percentage of employees at meat processing facilities in Germany are not German. In fact, Deutsche Welle reports that according to trade unions, up to 80% of those employed in these factories are migrant workers. So where do these migrant workers come from? Well, most of them are from Eastern European countries who end up employed in these factories through subcontractors. They're often placed in cramped and unhygienic living spaces. How do you practice social distancing under those conditions? The subcontractor system is a big part of the issue. Contracts that are written up by these subcontracting companies often exempt companies from any responsibilities to their personnel, leaving migrant workers unprotected. But changes seem to be coming. According to Deutsche Welle, labor agreements like these will be banned starting January 2021. The new regulations will force companies to provide proper accommodation to employees and also include adding a digital work log system to prevent workers from being overworked. Hopefully, these changes stick. In other news, new studies have shown that the coronavirus affects much more than just our lungs. Here is what we have covered on the topic so far. In case you didn't already have enough reasons to worry about catching the coronavirus, scientists are now warning that SARS-CoV-2 may also be attacking people's brains and causing serious long-term damage. A study of COVID-19 patients in the Chinese city of Wuhan, from where the pandemic originated, found coronavirus could lead to serious neurological complications in perhaps as many as 1/3 of all patients. In the study of 214 hospitalized COVID-19 patients in Wuhan, researchers reported more than 35% had neurological complications, including decreased levels of cognition, stroke, and muscle damage. Their findings, published in the journal JAMA Neurology on April 10th, found 36.4% of those studied had neurologic symptoms. Among patients with more severe infections, 45.5% showed neurologic manifestations. Not all patients with these symptoms exhibited common manifestations of the disease, namely a sore throat, dry cough, and diarrhea. The news comes after previous reports that many COVID-19 patients experienced anosmia or the loss of smell, hyposmia, a reduced sense of smell, and dysgeusia, the distortion of the sense of taste. These reported symptoms may indicate other ways in which the coronavirus could affect the brain. Separately, France's National Union of Dermatologists Venereologists, or SNDV, has reported that certain skin dermatological conditions may possibly be associated with COVID-19 infection. In an April 6th press release, the organization said these symptoms include appearance of pseudo-frostbite of the extremities, transient hives, and sudden onset of persistent, sometimes painful redness. The SNDV recommended that patients with skin conditions of these types consult a dermatologist to rule out the possibility of COVID-19. The coronavirus could be linked to severe inflammation in children. According to the BBC, nearly 100 children from the UK developed severe inflammation, possibly in connection to the coronavirus. Medical workers sounded the alarm in April after 8 children from London fell ill, including a 14-year-old who died. The BBC reports that most of the 8 children did not have respiratory issues, but they did share high fever, red eyes, rash, general pain, and swelling, citing doctors at Evelina London Children's Hospital. Despite the absence of breathing or lung problems, 7 of the original 8 children were put on ventilators to ease heart and circulatory troubles. The syndrome is eerily similar to Kawasaki disease shock syndrome, and a study in The Lancet has separately tied a Kawasaki-like disease to the COVID-19 outbreak in Italy. Liz Whittaker at Imperial College London told the BBC doctors believe the mystery inflammatory disease is likely a post-infectious phenomenon related to antibody buildup following a COVID-19 infection. Children make up between 1 and 2% of coronavirus infections. The Royal College of Pediatrics and Child Health is cited as saying the syndrome is exceptionally rare and that parents in the UK need not confine their children as lockdown measures are eased. A new study from Johns Hopkins University suggests the coronavirus may infect the brain and replicate in brain cells. The Financial Times reports the journal Altex is in the process of reviewing this paper. Scientists used tiny balls of cultured brain tissue called mini-brains to simulate the virus's effect on human brain tissue. The mini-brains called brain sphere are utilized for pharmaceutical testing and virus research. Microscopy of the mini-brains shows SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19, can infect neurons and multiply tenfold in 3 days. Since mini-brains do not have the blood-brain barrier found in real brains, it is not known if the virus is able to penetrate into the brain on its own. However, severe inflammation, which is observed in COVID patients, can break down the barrier. But you know, it's only the brain. Who needs that? For more news animations and explainers, hit the subscribe and bell button to join the TomoNews family. Thanks for watching.